whatever it is that we want to do as a country, we are a country that believes in freedom. We are a robust democracy, but we are also a country governed under the rule of law.
President William Ruto has criticized the Gen Z protesters who have been causing him sleepless nights. While the president acknowledges that it's acceptable for protesters to be leaderless, as the Gen Z movement has rejected all efforts to appoint a leader, he insists that it's still not acceptable to be reckless as Kenyans. In short, the protests that were witnessed recently were mad with the recklessness as seen on different videos on social media.
But, whatever it is that we want to do as a country, we are a country that believes in freedom. We are a robust democracy, but we are also a country governed under the rule of law. It is good to be fearless. It is good to be leaderless, but it is not good to be reckless and violent. We just have to be the country that we are all proud of. A proud, democratic country governed by the rule of law. It is the minimum we can do for ourselves as a country. And I want to assure investors, both here, and I want to assure Kenyans that as a mandate, I will make sure, I will go out of my way to make sure that we are a stable country, to leverage on all our capabilities to secure the country and to provide an environment where each and every one of us can unlock our potential to make our country good.
His statement comes as he continues his efforts to contain the protests that have rocked Kenya for a month. Despite his attempts to persuade the protesters to appoint a leader so the government can engage in direct talks, the protesters have steadfastly refused. Many argue that appointing a leader would lead to the government silencing them, just as they believe happened with opposition leader Raila Odinga, who had led demonstrations during the early days of President Ruto's regime.
Then the other thing you have to realize is this. These guys, if you want to beat a dictator or people who are rogue, you need to think like them, then think better than them to beat them. So these are people who base their own political ideology on tribal lines. The moment you pick leaders and they see like 2-3 people are from a specific region, now they'll push the tribal card very hard. They will send those mercenaries that they send every morning to come and attack the whole movement based on tribe. They'll start saying this community has gotten more people, that community have gotten more people, and then it becomes a tribal thing. That is also another card that they'll throw at you. Then you need to understand there's also this issue I saw of forming a political party. You need to understand another thing. When you form a political party right now, they'll start treating you as politicians, not as citizens who are agitating for change. You form a political party right now, you now become politicians who now they'll have the ability to call you some elites, or rather people who want to overthrow a government. So you are not citizens who are agitating rights. Now you become people who are plotting a coup. And we are here just trying to push for accountability. Because another thing you need to understand is when this movement started, people needed change. They didn't really need to get CS positions, etc. that these people are telling you, front someone to go and sit there. We didn't want that. We wanted these guys to be accountable, to tell us they'll do this and do the things that they promised. So they did not deliver these things. So we are pushing them to deliver. So we do not want really to get there. We want them to appoint people who have integrity and can deliver these things, which is not something that should be hard. Now, another thing that you also need to understand is that if you let the government keep chasing ghosts, it's easier for them not to be able to get one person. But if you don't, but if you appoint these leaders, then it will be easier to get these people, and they will definitely either buy them or they will silence them permanently if they cannot buy them. So the greatest weapon we have against people who are rogue, that is, and they are definitely killing Kenyans, abducting them. It is the ability to be leaderless and civic education. Those are the two things and the two most powerful weapons that we have. Then another thing that we have not addressed, I've seen Kenyan Germans talking about low numbers in the spaces, etc. You need to understand there are two things. When you are fighting a war, it's both mental and then physical on the field. That is the protest. So the government has sent the police officers who have been brutalizing people. That is intended to kill you mentally. People are being murdered. It is affecting most people mentally. And if you want to understand the impact of that, it is intended to bring the women who are coming on the street off the streets, because most women are emotionally easily affected emotionally, so they will not want to keep coming out. But you need to also encourage those people that they are still agitating for their rights. And as much as we push this, they also need to understand that they can also do the other work of online, sharing posters of probably people who have been abducted, people are missing. They can still participate in that way. So just encourage them to be a part of the whole thing. But they need to also understand that we need to also understand that people also need that support when it comes to the mental aspect of it, because these are the people are agitating for their rights. And the abuse of human rights is one of the leading causes of mental health challenges. And as someone who also advocates for mental health advocacy in itself, I am one person who is going to the street because I can see this brutality. I can feel the pinch. So as a person, I joined this movement because I feel this thing affecting me.
Thank you. Hold there.
Thank you.
But the big question is, do you still believe that it's a hard time for the Gen Zs to forward their leader? Leave your thoughts in our comment section. That is it for now. Thanks for watching. Let's meet next time. Bye-bye.